Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the hopeful elect. Once again, coming at you with another lesson. And I want to entitle this lesson, More and More Countries Are Moving to Digital Currency. And why is that happening? Because it is all prophecy. And that links up with the prophecy of the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast. Now, we here at Great Millstone and other like-minded men, we've been teaching about the mark of the beast, starting with our apostles and elders on down for many, many years. But now we're getting very, very close to this prophecy actually coming to pass. And we're starting to see more and more countries move to digital systems because ultimately the MOTB is going to come out and be made mandatory, which is the RFID C-HIP or the brain C-HIP, those devices that they want to put either in your hand or in your head in order to be able to link up to this digital system that they're setting up. They're getting rid of cash. It's just plain and simple. Cash is going away, and that's just the way that it is. That's exactly what's going to happen. See, because with cash, they can't track you. You can pay people under the counter, so to speak, as they say. Nobody would know that the transaction actually happened. They won't know how much money it was. They won't know anything. So with cash, you can be anonymous. But with digital, anything that's linked into a digital system, it can be recorded and logged and tracked. And they can do all kinds of things with the data. They can manipulate it and control it. They'll be able to turn on and off your C-HIP to where either you connected to the system and you can use it or you're not. But ultimately, it's all about control. Now, I'm going to start out with this article here. I got some video clips and some articles, but I'll start out with this one. This website is called AtlanticCouncil.org. It says Central Bank Digital Currency Tracker. Now, when you go through this site is actually tracking countries that are moving to the CBDC, which is Central Bank Digital Currency. It says, what is a central bank digital currency, CBDC? A CBDC is virtual money backed and issued by a central bank. As money and payments have become more digital, and you should already know this, anytime you use your credit card or your bank card or your phone or tap to pay, whatever you're doing it, that's all digital. That has nothing to do with any cash. It says the world's central banks have realized that they need to provide a public option or let the future of money pass them by. So really what's happening is the MOTB is being implemented all over the entire world, meaning the system is being set up. Now, as you can see here on the screen, every dot gives an indication of where they are, how far they are in the development of CBDCs. You got 3 countries. I believe if you count Mexico, and I got an article, you count Mexico, it's now 4 countries that's actually using digital currency. 49 are in pilot mode, 20 are in development, 36 is in research, 21 in inactive, 2 canceled, and 6 others. So as you can see, this digital system is going to cover the entire world. It says, key findings, I'm going to read some of this. It says 137 countries and currency unions representing 98% of the global GDP are exploring CBDC. It says in May of 2020, that number was only 35. Currently, 72 countries are in advanced phase of exploration, development, and pilot launch. Now, we've been telling you, hey, this system, the MOTB, is going to come out, be made mandatory, and it's going to go across the whole entire world. It says there is a new high of 49 CBDC pilot projects around the world. 3 countries, I believe it's 4 now, have fully launched digital currency. It says the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Nigeria. All 3 countries are focused on expanding the reach of their CBDC domestically. So everything is already in motion, and we know a lot of them people over there in Sweden, and I'll get to that, has already been using these chips, these C-hips, these devices. They already got them, and they already implanted, they already using them. And I'm going to get into that. So with this article or this particular site, Lord's will, I'll put it in the description box. It goes into more detail of where the world is concerning central bank digital currencies. Now, from there, I talked about Mexico. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Here we go. It says, this is from the worldwatch.com. It says, Mexico just killed cash. This is a digital prison test run. The World Economic Forum's Great Reset is here. And we've been telling you this. These devils have a plan of their NWO. Ultimately, they want to get everybody C-hipped all over the entire world to be able to manipulate and control the people. See? And they already got these systems in China to where they're using some type of credit system. You do things, you can get docked points and things like that. And they basically can cut you out of the system. And that's exactly what's going to be, they're going to be able to do with this MOTB system. See? So people thinking that if they take it, they're going to be good. But actually, they're going to be destroyed on 2 points, on two ways. First of all, they're going to be able to manipulate your money or your digital currency to where they can tell you, well, you can only buy here, you can only buy this much, or you can only buy these certain things. See, or you basically, they're in full control of everything. Or if you do this, we'll shut it off, or we'll take half your credits, however they want to call it. So this thing is going to happen. It's prophecy, and we're seeing it play out. I'm going to play this short video clip here. And this lady on the screen here. She's the president of Mexico. Let's play it.
Nuestro objetivo es que este año, a través de los esquemas que trabajemos con la banca, hagamos obligatorio el pago de las gasolinas y de las casetas a través de manera digital. Esto va a permitir potenciar los pagos digitales accesibles que nos permitan avanzar en la digitalización del país a través de muchos otros esquemas.
So this thing is going global. This thing is going to be all over the entire world. And like it says here, Mexico just killed cash. Digital payments are mandatory by the end of 2026. It says this is a digital prison test run because, like I said, when this thing go all digital, they'll be able to it's just ones and zeros. They'll be able to turn it on and off. Now, one thing I want to bring out before I move it on, you got people in this article, and they basically think it's all funny. This person here says, wonder what the drug cartels will say about this, and they got smiley faces. The next thing says, but Mexico doesn't have any money, ha, ha, ha. So, hey, people don't realize that this thing is very, very serious. It's going to involve the whole entire world. It's a big test. See, if you take this thing, the Lord is going to destroy you. And even, like I said, even if you take it, thinking you're going to be good, you basically imprisoning yourself. It's a trap. They're going to be able to manipulate you and control you. You see? So from there, I'll get a video. I'll play this video right here, and then I'll get some more articles. Let's play this video right here. This lady basically, she going into basically be prepared for this thing. Be prepared for the MOTB, and that's what we've been bringing out from our apostles and elders on down over and over and over. The MOTB is going to come out, be made mandatory. And this is a spiritual thing. You're not going to be able to mentally do anything. Ultimately, the Lord has already decided or chose who was going to do what. So we take this prophecy very seriously. We're hopeful that we are of that number. We are of the elect. The elect will refuse this mark even unto death. We don't want to take this thing. We're telling you not to take it because, the Lord is going to destroy you and you will not be delivered. So I'm going to play this quick video, and then I think I got one more video clip and a couple articles.
Are you prepared for the mark of the beast? I'm just saying, are you prepared? Are you preparing yourself? Because there's going to be a lot of people. These end times are here. And when that time comes to take the mark of the beast, there are going to be a lot of people that it just smacks them in the face. Because so many people are living and attached to material worldly things. So many people would not know what to do in nature. Some people would not know what to do with less. Literally, if they lost everything today, they would not know what to do. Listen, if you're one of those people that love material things, that love worldly things, how do you think you're going to respond to the mark of the beast? I feel like we romanticize, we fantasize the Bible a lot. But when that time comes for the mark of the beast, do you know that you're going to have to suffer if you don't take that mark? You're going to be without food. You're going to experience a time of famine. You're going to experience being literally stranded with nothing, lose all your belongings if you don't take the mark of the beast. I don't think people realize to the extent of what they're going to have to go through. So we need to start mentally preparing ourselves now. Learn how to let go of material things. Learn how to stop attaching yourself, literally detach yourself from all your possessions so that it won't hit you in the face when it happens. Because I'm telling you, for the people that are used to luxury, you're in for a rude awakening. Get as close to nature as you can. Learn how to garden, learn how to grow your stuff. Because I'm telling you, when that time comes, you ain't going to have nothing but some land to turn to. And if you ain't got no land to turn to, you're going to be real messed up. But even beyond that, start preparing yourself now. Learn how to live without. Learn how to live with less. Minimalism, simplicity of life. You have to prepare yourself. Learn how to be okay with going a day without food. Start fasting more. Put that into your regular routine where you start fasting more and more and you start dying to the flesh and you realize we don't need food every day like we think we do. It's okay to miss a meal. It's not the end of the world. What you don't need to be missing is that daily bread. That's what you don't need to be missing.
So, like she going into, we've been warning you over and over and over. We've been telling you that when the MOTB come out, it's going to be a major, major test. And this test is not meant to be easy. Now, the ones that set up not to take it is the elect. Ultimately, the elect of Israel will not take this thing. Everybody else, they just gonna basically take it. You know, they're gonna feel like they gonna have no other choice. Man, I gotta feed my family. You know, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But hey, you weren't prepared. You wasn't listening to the prophets. You wasn't listening to the prophecies. See, because this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding will be the stability of thy times, as the scripture says. But a lot of people, they're not ready for that. See? They thinking that they don't need to hear the prophets. They don't need to follow the prophecies. And a lot of people, they don't even know what's going on. They don't even realize that the whole world is moving to digital currency. We're telling you, we see these things happening because the prophecy has to come to pass. And we're watching for it. We're watching everything. People are not going to be prepared. They're going to have C-HIP stations set up and people are going to be lined up. Because they don't have any faith. See? Faith coming by hearing and hearing by the word of the Most High. So if you're not hearing his word, which is your daily bread, you need this bread. As she's saying here, we don't just need physical bread, but we need this word, which is the real food, which is what's going to sustain us and get us through this thing. See? Because the Lord is ultimately building us up to the point to where, we're going to be able to get through this. See? Most people, they're going to be weak and they're going to break down and they're going to take it. and they're gonna be listening to all these people out here teaching. A lot of these groups out here, they're not even teaching what the MOTB really truly is. We done heard it all, man. Sleeping with white women, an embargo. It's sin itself, which is madness. Nobody would make it if it was sin itself, but it is a major sin to take the MOTB because ultimately the Lord is going to destroy you. We've been hearing all types of things of what the MOTB is, but we're telling you that it's the RFID C-hip or the brain C-hip. And these devices, this technology is already out. They're already using it. See, Elon Musk with the brain C-hip, a Neuralink, they're already using these devices and things. And it's going to link up to that digital system. You're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. So, the Lord is preparing us through the Spirit and power of the Lord, YAHAWASHI, for this time of trouble. Trust me, most people, if you don't know what to do, if you're confused, you're going to take it because you're not ready. Let me continue.
Listen, we are too content and comfortable with missing out on this bread for bread that we eat. No, this is the bread. This is the bread we need to be focused on. Listen, I'm telling you, for the people that's used to living in luxury, it's going to slap you like a ton of bricks. Start learning to live without. Start learning to live in simplicity, being thankful for the little things. Stop attaching yourself to worldly and material things. I'm telling you, start preparing yourself now before it's too late.
So, this word is what's going to be important ultimately, because most people, they thinking they don't need to hear this word. Like Yahawashi said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. You need this word. These scriptures, this word, this is the true life. See? But most people, they're going to be thinking very carnally at that time. They're not going to be praying and thinking that they should basically return to the Lord, YAHAWASHI, because, if you're not doing it now, during that time, when that time hits, it's going to be too late. See? Because they're going to be thinking about their stomach. Or we're going to be thinking spiritually. We're going to be praying to the Lord, YAHAWASHI, to keep us from the hour of temptation, which I want to get into. The hour of temptation is talking about when the MOTB comes out and becomes made mandatory. So let me get this next video clip, and then I got an article or two, and then I want to get into some prophecies, get into the prophecy of the MOTB. One minute.
What I see happening is the world moving towards that one currency. When people say things like, well, digital currency is the answer to everything, but everyone has to do it, otherwise it doesn't work. That reminds me a lot of everyone has to take the vaccine or it doesn't work. You know what I mean?
You got it. Uh-huh.
I mean,
everyone has to do this because we say so. Because nobody is allowed to escape. So if you leave any exceptions, then people could escape the system. It would be a legal escape, and they don't want that. In fact, the new programmable digital bank currencies, the cryptocurrencies so-called, are not even our money. When they finally put that together, which they're trying to do very quickly now, and if it's ever issued, it will not be our money. It will be allowed to use their money.
What do you mean?
If they say, all right, you've got $10,000 in your bank account,
yeah, but
it's our money, they can throw a switch and say, we take our money back.
Are they even going to call it money? Aren't they just going to call it credits?
I don't know. Probably credits, I imagine, points.
Yes, credits or points, some kind of point system. I mean, I start to wonder these days if the airline frequent flyer programs are not, in a sense, in a way, a kind of conditioning, right? Because they track you, you volunteer all your information to them. You let them know what your movements are, and then you're on their system of points. You have no control over it.
Right.
You don't set the rules in any way. You have no oversight of it.
No. And if they say you violated the rules, and sorry, you don't have any points anymore.
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, well, that's it.
And really, your points are earned on good behavior. In this case, with the airlines, it's, you took a lot of our flights and you spent a lot of money on our airline, so we're going to give you more points.
Yeah.
But that can be applied to government, right? Is that you you know, you did what you were told, like a good little girl, so we're going to give you some points.
That is the heart of the whole thing. It's no longer about money. It's about human control.
That's the bottom line. Hey, this is about, like he just said, human control. You take this thing, basically you're locking yourself into that digital prison to where you better comply. You better do exactly what they're saying. You better not go step out of bounds. They're going to deduct or penalize you, your credits. And you basically in total control. They have total control over you, basically, because everything is going to be linked up into that CHIP, that device. They're going to know everything about you. They're going to know every move you making. See? But hey, we're preparing through the spirit and power of the Lord YAHAWASHI not to take that thing. If you take it, basically you saying you down with these devils in their system, and the Lord is going to destroy you. Now from there, let's see what else that I wanted to get here. Yeah, I wanted to get this real quick, and then I want to get into some prophecies. This is geekaroundtheglobe.com. It says 6,000 plus Swedes implant C-hips in their skin. Future of frightening. And this is they already been doing this for years. And this article came out last year in September 2025. It says, imagine unlocking your door or paying for a train ticket with just a wave of your hand. Over 6,000 Swedes already living with this sci-fi dream. So basically, it's a lot of people all over the world already got the MOTB. And people want to say it's not the RFID C-hip. Or we don't know what we're talking about. This thing is already in use. And yes, these people are in that system that they can manipulate and control and turn on and off. It says, picture this, no keys, no cards, just a tiny C-hip under your skin. And that's how they're going to start it out. However they're going to do it with celebrities and basically telling you how good it is and convenient it is. You don't need no keys and cards and all these different things. It's always on you. And people are going to go for it. It says in Sweden, over 6,000 people have voluntarily implanted right-size RFID NFC C-hips between their thumb and index finger. These C-hips let them unlock doors, board trains, access offices, store health data, even replace ID cards and payments. We've been telling you, it says it's contactless tech with no batteries or GPS, is pure convenience. So really what it is total control. And they're going to push it as total convenience. So I'm going to get this video right quick and then get some scriptures. It says, we want to make life easier while exploring potential of biohacking, says spokesman from Biohack International. Yeah, they want to make it easy, all right. You go digital, they're gonna be in full control. So let me play this video clip, and then I want to get some scriptures.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID, and he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
Like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks.
Exactly.
So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future.
Install in-grain procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards,
which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
but even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot.
I think, it's so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
And that's what the elites who's running the world, that's what they ultimately want. They want everybody C-hipped. And you see, this technology is here. They're using it. You can't say it doesn't exist. You're not going to be able to buy or sell without it. Let me continue.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out.
So, hey, you can see this thing is real. You saw him demonstrate it. Basically, you saw him how he hooked up. He touched his RFID hip on that thing, which is hooked up to that computer. The thing is who controls the system? Who controls the program? Who controls the thing you're linking up to? These devils. See, this world, they gonna have everything on lock. You think you did the right thing, well, you didn't. The scriptures talk about in the book of Revelation, chapter 16, people who take it's gonna have a noisome and grievous sore. You're gonna have this nasty sore on you, basically from taking that thing. Now, from there, I want to get into some scriptures because, hey, this word is actually getting us prepared because we hear this word over and over and over, and the Lord is giving the warnings through His men, the prophets, and we're getting built up. We're not going to be caught off guard. We're going to be ready, Lord's will. Let's get this. I already got that. This is the book of Second Address. Yeah, let's get this. This is the book of Second Address, chapter 15. And let's start at the top. It's all about the prophecies. This is Second Address, chapter 15, and verse 1. It says, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So the Lord has set up His men once again with prophesying. We're all over the world, preaching and teaching the word of the Lord, all over the entire world. Out there on the highways and byways, we're putting up lessons. All of these things is the will of the Lord. You will not have any cloak for your sin because, hey, the Lord has got the internet doing the heavy lifting, making sure this word get out everywhere it needs to go. Everyone has heard of the Hebrew Israelites. See? You're not going to be able to say you didn't know. This word is readily available right now. You can go out, hear the men week in and week out on the highways and byways. You can click on the lesson and play it. You can do it right now, but it's going to come a time where we're not going to be speaking anymore. See, it's going to be the famine of the word where you're not going to be able to get this truth. It says, verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So we're not going to let people interfere with this word and what you're learning. Don't let anybody try to tell you that the MOTB is something other than what it really is. Don't let anybody get you out of this truth. Continue listening and learning, because the Lord is getting us ready. But this time of trouble is coming. See, this big test of the MOTB is going to come out and be made mandatory. See, let not the incredulity, let not the unbelief. So people around you may not believe it. Well, I don't believe it. I don't believe that. It's not about them. See, this truth was given for the elect. Only the elect is going to truly believe in this word. Verse 4, For all the unfaithful shall die in the unfaithful. Hey, that's what they're gonna get. That's what they're gonna get. You don't worry about the ones who don't believe. They don't believe in the Lord. They don't believe his name is Yahawah and his son's name is YAHAWASHI. They don't believe in the true Savior, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. They want to continue to believe what they want to believe. They want to continue to do what they want to do. But says, but all the unfaithful shall die in unfaithfulness. Verse 5, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All of these things, it's already happening now, but it's finna get on a whole nother level. And these is for the ones that didn't heed this word. Ultimately, they're not elect, because the Lord is going to look out for the elect. The Lord is going to protect the elect. The Lord is going to be there for the elect. But everybody else, they're going to be in line. They're going to be getting hipped up. They're not going to know what to do. They're going to be confused, or they're just straight up going to think it's the right thing to do. But they're going to be completely off. And then the Lord is going to completely destroy them. See? Now from there, let's get this. Let's get this in the book of Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 36. Isaiah 36 and 6. It says, Lo, thou trustest in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, wherein if a man lean, it would go into his hand. And you break a reed, it has a point on it. Basically, this is saying, for the ones who take this thing, you about to be pierced through. It says, and pierce it. So it says, so is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, all that trust in him. So we're telling you, the MOTB is going to come out, be made mandatory. And if you take this thing, basically, you're going to be pierced. See, you taking it's a blood covenant, basically, because you gotta break the skin. You gotta basically, blood is going to be seen. It's going to be broken. If you take this thing, that's just the bottom line. You're saying, and it's going to be voluntary. You're going to have to say, yep, you want it. That's what these devils going to have people lined up, and they're going to have things set up to where you're going to think, hey, I have no other choice. I ain't got no other way. What I'm going to do? But those are the ones that they're going to die in their unfaithfulness. They don't have any faith. They don't trust in the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, where they're going to get pierced through. See? And ultimately destroyed. Now from there, let's get this. Because ultimately, it's time. It's been time for our people to return to the Lord. Well, there's still time. Ecclesiasticus 5 and 7, it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Put not off from day to day. For suddenly the wrath of the Lord, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, come forth. And then it says, and in thy security, thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. And this is going to happen to a lot of our people because they putting it off. Either they don't think it's important, or they want to wait until the last minute. But when this time of trouble comes, when the MOTB come out and be made mandatory, if you confused, you're going to take it. If you don't know what's going on, you're going to take it. If you can't, in your mind, you can't see no way out, you're going to take it. Only ones going to infuse this thing is the Lord, the ones that the Lord chose before the foundation of the world. See, the elect, predestinated. And Lord's will of that number, we're not going to take this thing. See, from there, let's get the prophecy. This is a major, major prophecy. We're waiting on this prophecy to come out and be made mandatory, and we're very, very close. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And I want to go into this word mark because people want to think that it's talking to us, a spiritual mark, or it's an embargo. We've heard all kinds of things. It's sin itself. It's a picture of Caesar Borgia sleeping with white women. We've heard some crazy, crazy, false breakdowns of what the MOTB is, what this market truly is, and that he's talking about these wicked elites who run the world. They want to make it. They want to set everyone up to where they force, or they think they have to take this thing. See, and it don't matter, small, great, rich, poor, free, bond. This thing is going to go across the whole entire world. Now, when you go into this word, I'll pull it up here, Revelation. You go into this word, Mark. Which we always do. We want to make it plain so everybody understands. This is Charagma, Strong's G 5480. It says a stamp and imprinted mark. So this thing is definitely not something spiritual. It's not a picture of Caesar Borgia. It's not any of these things that people have been trying to teach the people. It says a mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as a badge of the followers of the Antichrist, which is not necessarily that. This is basically talking about an imprinted or stamp in your forehead or in your hand. This is talking about RFID C-hip or brain C-hip. It says a mark branded upon horses, a thin carved, sculptured, graven image. Says graven work. So we're talking about something physical. That's exactly what it is. And that's exactly what people are going to be taking. The ones that, hey, the Lord is not with. They're going to take this thing and ultimately be destroyed. Now, when you go into this word, you go into this root word right here, charagma. You get the word Charax, Strong's G 5482. It says a pale or stake or palisade. And when you pull that up to see exactly what that looks like, and you can see it's a pole or a device or something with a point on it. See? A stake or palisade. And this is how they're going to be able to get that device or that mark inside of you. They're going to have to pierce your skin. See that? So this, as you can see, it all lines up. And when you go into this word, the root word of Charax, you get grapho. Strong's G 1125, grapho. It says to write with reference to form letters, to delineate form letters, tablets, a parchment paper, or other material. This is talking about the data that's going to be inside that chip. As you can see, it all links up. It's all connected. And as you can see here, from this article, it says Swedish workers implanted with micro C-hips to replace cash cards, ID passes. And as you can see, they already using this particular device. And you can see that palisade right there. You can see that point on the end. And then you can see the device itself, the RFID C-hip, which is going to have that grapho, your information in it. This, every time you use it, touch on the terminals, touchless terminals, you just tap. Like you use a tap to pay cards, or you using your phone, instantly scan, know who you are, and know what you got, how many credits and all of that, and whether you're going to be able to buy or sell. See? So you can see this thing is completely linked up, and we're telling you what it is. Everything lines up, and we're telling you not to take this thing. This technology is already here. They're going to have C-hip stations set up. And people are going to be getting C-hipped all over the entire world. The only ones that's going to infuse this thing is the elect of Israel. It says, Revelation 13 and 17, it says that no man may buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So basically, you're not going to be able to be in this system that they're setting up, this digital system, the NWO. You're not going to be in this system without this RFID C-hip, or this brain C-hip. You're not going to be able to buy or sell. You're basically going to be cut out of the system. You approach them with some cash, which is going to be obsolete. They're going to look at you like you're crazy. You're not going to be able to use it. Either you got that device or you're out of the system. So like that lady was saying, hey, you gotta be spiritually prepared for this thing. You gotta understand what's coming before it happens. And that's why we're out here. We're telling you that the MOTB is going to come out and be made mandatory. This is a warning from the Lord YAHAWASHI that this thing has to come to pass. And we're warning you to be prepared not to take this thing. Because, hey, that's the only way out of this thing, is to refuse this mark and trust in the Lord YAHAWASHI that he going to provide for you. He going to make sure you're good. You're going to have a place to be. You're going to have food, water, all of the necessities of what you need. Yeah, the Lord YAHAWASHI, he knows exactly what we need. He knows when we need it. So, hey, you may go a day or two. You may have to miss some meals. But hey, ultimately, the ones that believe and trust in the Lord YAHAWASHI, they're going to be good in that time. The Lord is going to make a way for them. See? And Lord's will, we're of that number. We're not going to take this thing. Now let's get this. This is what happens for all the people who take this thing. So this is very, very serious prophecy. This is no joke. And hey, we're very, very close. This thing is going to come out and be made mandatory. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his right hand, see, the same shall drink of the wine and the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger. So the Lord going to pour out wrath on all the ones who take this thing. See? And you're not going to want none of that. You're not going to want the wrath of the Lord. It says he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. It ain't going to be quick. The Lord can make, man, he can make a second seem like an hour. See, because the Lord ultimately, he controls time. You'll be tormented in that fire. This is nothing you want, because, hey, it's going to be terrible for a lot of people. It says he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, thermonuclear destruction. It's going to be like a lake of fire down here in Babylon the Great, and all over the world. It's going to be fires everywhere. It says in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. The presence of the holy angels and the presence of Yahawashi. Hey, you're not going to want to be down here burning up. You're going to, hopefully, Lord's will, we're on that chariot looking down and we're watching this place burn. And all the ones that they received that mark, that MOTB, they got burnt up. They got destroyed by the Lord YAHAWASHI. So this is a very, very serious prophecy. This is no joke. This is nothing to ignore or play with. See? And when they had the C9 come out, that was a mini test. A lot of people didn't pass that test. See? Seeing who would do what and who would take it and who would not. Put pressure on you to do this and to do that. Hey, you got to have faith in the Lord YAHAWASHI no matter what. No matter what happens, you got to be prepared for that through the Spirit. I'm going to close out here in the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Hey, you kept the testimony of Yahawashi. You continue to believe, and all the way into the end, you kept the word of his testimony. The ones who really about it, they're not gonna stop believing all of a sudden. They're not gonna become an unbeliever because the pressure gets ramped up. Those are the ones that are truly about it. Those are the ones that the Lord chose. See, it says, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation. And this hour of temptation goes into a big test. And that test is when the MOTB comes out and becomes mandatory. See, because a lot of people, they're not going to pass that test. They're going to think that there's no way out. The only way I can make it is if I take it. Well, that's the very thing that's going to condemn you. You're going to be destroyed. See, the ones who pass this thing, they're not going to take it. They're going to trust in the Lord, YAHAWASHI. And the Lord is going to keep us, Lord's will, we're of that number, from the hour of temptation. He's going to make a way. We're not going to need to take it. We're not going to want to take it. The Lord going to provide for us. We're going to have everything we need. See? The Lord has the ability to he can multiply food. He can water from thin air. All types of miracles and things is going to happen in that time. The Lord's going to make a way. We're not worried about it. See, because the Lord controls everything anyway. The fact that you go to work, you get some money and you're able to buy food, cook it, and eat it, that's all the will of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. You thinking you doing it? No, you're not the reason. The reason you eat is because of the will of the Lord, YAHAWASHI. And that means everybody. So, hey, we're going to trust in the Lord, YAHAWASHI, during this time, Lord's will. It says, we shall come upon all the world. So, as we've seen, this thing is going to go across the whole entire world. All of these countries are setting up digital systems. This thing is being set up as we speak because it's going to come out and be made mandatory. It shall come upon all the world to try them. See, a test to try them that dwell upon the earth. So this test is going to go across the whole entire world. The elect will pass this test. And we're not saying it's going to be easy. It's a test. What do you think? It's going to be, you're going to have some tough moments, tough times. You may have to go a day or two without eating. Hey, you know, we here at Great Millstone, we fast. We fast. Sometimes we need to fast. We're prepared. We're getting prepared. See, most people, they're not used to not eating. They don't eat one meal, they losing it. A day, they think they're going to be dead or dying, which is ridiculous. See, you can go many, many days without food if you have water. But hey, the Lord knows exactly what we need when we need it. He ain't gonna be like, oh, I didn't know, I forgot to. No, he's not gonna forget. He doesn't forget, and he knows everything as it's playing out, even before it happens. So if the Lord, if you trust in the Lord, YAHAWASHI, He's gonna provide for in that time. You're gonna have everything you need. He will keep you from the hour of temptation. You will not take the RFID hip, which is the mark of the beast. And Lord's will, you will edify by this lesson. This has been more and more countries are moving to digital currencies. I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, and QADASH. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutation to the whole four elect. Shalom.